Right to the bucket.
And that replay is sponsored by Key. Look at that one. To Lillard. Came in a screen. Lillard attacking. And he banks in the layup.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make. Guys, what I like about Damian Lillard, very decisive with the ball in his hands. Always in attack mode. He keeps it hopping. And he has a killer instinct in the clutch.
The Trailblazers have gone just 1 for 5 from the... That's his first foul. On defense, the Timberwolves. To the left wing. The three from McCollum. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. McCollum's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Lillard against Williams. They set the pick. Kicks to Williams. Back to Williams. 6 on the shot clock. Another shot. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
That's his first personal foul.
The Timberwolves shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. The free throw drops for Towns.
Well, Portland had another strong season against the rest of the West. Ended up with a record of 31-21 in the conference, and that was good enough to earn them the 4th spot in the West.
And Towns drops them both. Portland did end up 4th in the West, as you said, Greg. You're talking about that, and their 31-21 in conference record was the exact same as it was at the end, Clark, of the 2014 season.
Well, actually, Portland won more games in 2014 than they did last season. Ended up 4th in the conference, mostly because of how they won their division.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Williams against... Lillard. Outside Williams. From deep. They get it back. Fires the 3. Another miss by Minnesota. For Portland, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field. Here's Lillard. Begins with the block. They get it back.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
Portland shooting their first free throws here for the night. The first one falls. You know, guys, Al-Farouq Aminu, so highly regarded coming out of college, still really fight this last season. With Dallas, he may have found his niche in this league.
That's a great point, Kevin. A guy who can give you a lot of things, rebounding, defense, hustle points, but he's already played on a number of teams in his young career because he's still trying to, as you put it, find that niche. Maybe he's finally developed who he is.
Williams with the block, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams. Leonard with the ball. Now Garnett defending. Williams comes with a double team. Here's Aminu. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Yeah, and on the topic of Aminu, he's a bit of a tweener. Doesn't have quite the quickness and ball handling skills the top small forwards have. Doesn't have the bulk or grit to match up against the better power forwards. He's a hard fit for what you want to have done at that position.
Here's Aminu after the basket by Minnesota. Lillard attacking. And that one's good. Lillard's got his second basket of the night.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
And guys, getting back to Aminu, he still has the tools to be a really good player, but like so many young guys, he has to focus. He has to bring the intensity 100% every game, and I could see him being one of those late bloomers, if you will.
Here's Williams. Fires from deep. Williams can't hit.
And that's playing into the hands of the defense right there.
No way you can sneak that shot by him, Greg. I mean, he was all on top of that one.
Now here's McCollum. And Williams, here we go. Lillard with the block, and they're able to recover. Dishes to Aminu. Fires for three. Count that one.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Timberwolves trail by 3. Williams for 3. Another miss for him. Now shooting 1 for 4 from the floor.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
And the basket by McCollum.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
And now running up the court, Leonard pushing it up. It's Lillard, top of the key. And again, it's Portland converting.
And just a nice bucket there to really just sustain that lead.
Well, a few more possessions like that, and they'll do more than sustain the lead, Greg. I think they'll start to put this thing away by pulling away.
Williams finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
He's got so much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you.
That's tipped. Lillard attacking. Oh! Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying hard to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
From deep. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And that concludes. And now a chance to hear from point guard Damian Lillard. He explains his stoic demeanor on the floor.
I was taught to, never let anybody see how you feel. I kind of just embraced it, for my entire life. Just, you wouldn't know if something was going on in my life or not, because as long as I'm taking care of business and doing what I need to be doing, that's all that matters.
I would say, Clark, we probably shouldn't expect to see Lillard starring in any reality shows about his personal life.
I think that would be accurate. I mean, Lillard is a young man who is all about taking care of his business and doing what he needs to be doing. I mean, his reality is trying to live up to the expectations for him in Portland.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Portland.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
And that's what's created a rhythm for them offensively. That's also why you see them knocking down that mid-range jump shot.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor for Portland. Lillard at the point with C.J. McCollum playing the 2. Plumlee out there with Davis, and it's Crabbe in at the small forward position. And the basket by McCollum.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Last season for the Timberwolves, it was a struggle most of the season. Young teams tend to do that, but they didn't have, unfortunately, Greg, much luck at home.
You know, they basically limped their way at home. Part of taking your lumps as a young team. Let's see how they respond this season.
Timberwolves trail by 9. Him up. Williams kicks to Williams. And it's off from three-point range. For Portland, they won their last contest, that game against Phoenix.
And a couple guys got hot early, and then it became contagious. You could see that everybody kind of pitched in when it came to shooting.
Exactly right, Greg. I mean, normally there's a hot shooter. The defense can kind of lock into that guy and then let somebody else get some shots, but that wasn't even an option in that game because everybody was on fire.
Here's Crabbe. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. Pass to McCollum. Davis sets a screen. Clock at 6. McCollum, no good.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had early. Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. Now here, the 2K leaderboard with last season's top rebounding teams. The Trailblazers in second.
Boy, I tell you what, Kevin, they never eased up on the boards throughout last season. I mean, they were tenacious. They persevered. They were aggressive. I mean, they went after the boards hard.
Now here's Davis. After the miss from Mason Plumlee. Crabbe, good.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Williams passes to Williams. Garnett, the screen. Williams kicks to Williams. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Alfred. Williams has got 4 assists now tonight.
Only took him a few seconds to answer the 3-ball with one of their own.
Greg, we've got a 3-point battle taking shape here.
Now, here's Lillard. 20 points for him last game against Phoenix.
And it just wasn't about the offense. I mean, he was racking up the steals and taking advantage of some sloppy play by the opponent.
Goes up and finished off by Williams.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Here's Crabbe. Coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. McCollum with the ball, working on Williams. McCollum, no good. Timberwolves trail by 7.
2 minutes.
And Williams, here we go. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
What a game we've seen here for Williams. 13 points and a pair of blocks to go along with those.
And he's been standing tall when they needed it.
Seems every season, Clark, you hear the same thing. Portland Trailblazers had to deal with some tough injuries.
Kevin, it appears as though it might actually be a curse. I don't like to use that word, but the history of this team and injuries is as unique as any in the league. Last year, no different.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Chris Kaman has checked in for Plumlee, and it's Aminu in for Crabbe.
Well, I'd have to say Lillard is one of the game's best passers right now.
Williams dishes to Garnett. It's stolen by Davis. And Aminu kicks to Lillard. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
And with the Blazers and injuries, even when they fought through pain, guys weren't at 100%. Aldridge wasn't quite the same with his hand injuries.
And finished off by Williams.
Whoa. That'll wake you up.
Is he an athlete or what?
No doubt about it. It's almost as if he lives in the air, and dunks like that have become quite commonplace.
And here's McCollum for three. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got assist number 8 now on the night.
And losing Matthews for the season was huge too, guys. I mean, every team goes through injury woes and bumps during the course of the season, but the Blazers just seem to be, at least in the last half dozen years or so, hit very hard every year.
And it's the Trailblazers with the ball, following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
How about the nickname for Chris Kaman? Air Sasquatch. I mean, he's got that stencil in his shoes. A nickname he earned back when he wore his hair long. He has clearly embraced it.
Good on the second free throw. Well, you were just telling me, Chris, Kaman Clark is an outdoorsman, likes to go hunting. He's got kind of a quirky streak about him.
Yeah, he's a bit unique, a little different, but that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, he's kind of a fan of blowing things up during his spare time.
Like what?
I couldn't tell you that.
Trailblazers leading by 8. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Davis sets a screen. It's stolen by Garnett. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Offensive rebound. Wiggins. No good.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Here's Lillard. And no good trying to get that one. And so we wrap up the first half. Trailblazers lead by 6. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, I'm here with Kevin Garnett. And Kevin, how does this team navigate the ups and downs and pressure to come out and win games like this one that you're in the middle of here tonight?
Nothing's easy. You know, we do it together. We don't do it individually. And when we do, we look bad. But when we do it together, we look pretty darn good.
KG, thank you for the time. Guys, he's always preaching team.
Thank you for the great interview, Doris. We'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He had 16 points, 8 assists, and 3 rebounds. What'd you think about Portland, Kenny?
Well, their passing was impressive. They're in a good position to win this game, in large part because of those assists. And this is the thing. You win as a team in this league. You have to share the basketball to succeed. And if they carry that level of unselfishness in the second half, they're going to be tough to beat.
How about you, Shaq? What'd you think about Minnesota?
See, Ernie, this is what I'm talking about. You know, I was the king of this. See, you got to pound that ball in the paint, and they were doing that. I like to see more of the same in the second half. Don't start shooting jumpers now.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Look at Freak in this game, guys. He has been everywhere.
Yeah, the effort and intensity from a defensive standpoint has just really been superb, really firing up his team.
Guys, I love his activity, patrolling the court, blocking shot after shot out there. He's really made a statement at the defensive end.
Wiggins is out there with Garnett. Then it's Williams. Then there's Towns, and it's Williams at the point. And that's the group starting the second half for Sam Mitchell. Timberwolves trail by 8. Minnesota really had a rough year last season. A lot of people know that, obviously. A lot to do with their defense. They just, Greg, struggled in almost every defensive metric.
Yeah, and, you know, they struggled at times guarding the basketball, but ultimately I think the biggest issue for them was their inability to protect the rim. That's an area and a point of emphasis that has to improve for this young team.
And the layup is up and in. Williams has got 15 points.
Whoa, he really got his defender on his heels on that one. What a fantastic play, guys.
Trailblazers leading by 6.
You know, with the Timberwolves in their defense, it was the league's worst in opponent field goal percentage. Also dead last in field goal percentage, which takes threes into account for the value they add. So near the bottom of the league in block shots as well. Hard to win when you're struggling in those areas.
Here's Williams. Myers Leonard picking up that last basket. Outside Williams. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
That's his second. And really, overall, the defense was just very poor. The defensive field goal percentage at the rim, worst in the league last season. And you don't have to block them all, but you need to do a better job of challenging shots. Something the Wolves are going to have to work on.
2 shots.
First one falls for him. And Williams drops them both. Last season, Portland won the Northwest Division and had a good year, certainly, but they had some issues when they were the away team on the road and away from the Rose Garden. They had some problems.
Yeah, actually played under 500 on the road, Kevin. Something you rarely see out of a team that wins 51 games.
To the inside, knocks it loose, tries to keep it alive, and the ball travels out of bounds. This was last touched by Wiggins. Trailblazers leading by 6.
And as you said with the Blazers, they were the only team to win 50 games and still lose more than they won on the road. Last team to do that was the 2013 Denver Nuggets. I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
Williams kicks to Williams. That is good. Williams has got 4 this quarter.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
And we saw a similar first-round exit for the Blazers of that 2013 Nuggets team. If the Blazers want to go deeper this season, they'll need to be much tougher on the road.
And it's blocked, but they'll get another chance. That shot wide open. And that's now 20 points for Lillard.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Outside Williams. Just 5 on the clock. And it's sent back by Kaman. Over in the corner, Lillard, and out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession.
Now a moment to see the numbers for Wiggins, how he did last season. Last year averaged 17 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he had to pay his dues that rookie campaign, earning his stripes. A lot of people think he could have a breakout year this season.
Well, his coaches, his teammates, they've been singing his praises, Greg. I mean, let's see if he can prove them right. Really an extraordinary game for Williams. He has 15 points and 4 steals.
And his offense has matched the defensive effort today. He's been really just one of the best players on both ends.
I don't know if you can say enough about the job he's been doing in all aspects of the game. I mean, stuff in the stat sheet when you look at it.
Plumlee is checked in for Portland. Henderson comes in for C.J. McCollum. And Williams drops them both.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Here is Lillard. 20 points for him. Williams with the block. And now Williams running the floor all by himself.
That is as athletic a move as you're going to see right there, folks. You're talking about hang time. That fella had helium in those shoes.
And you're going to need some hang time to pull off that kind of a 360.
Here is Henderson. Offensive rebound.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
Now here's Leonard. Now the pass to Aminu, and it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard. And guys, Myers Leonard really showing signs of progress in last season. Huge steps forward for the big man.
And you know, progress is all about confidence with young players. I mean, his shooting percentages were remarkable when you look at the fact that 50, 40, 90, 50%, 40%, 90% for a 7-footer, unheard of, and he's in that neighborhood.
Here's Williams. Soft touch off the glass. Williams has got 8 points in the quarter.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
You know, I think Myers Leonard really finding his niche as a stretch big man. And I think with his size and athleticism, the Blazers had envisioned him making his mark in the paint. But the way he's shooting, though, that they're not going to complain nor try to limit his impact on the game.
Here's Cram following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Here's Lillard. He kicks it to Davis. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Davis has got his second bucket of the night.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They got a battle inside.
This game has been a battle, and maybe they're starting to just run out of gas a little bit.
Timberwolves trail by 4.
And you know, his teammates, Leonard's teammates, encouraged him to just let it fly. So much of the NBA game is confidence, and he's having success putting the ball in the basket. And I think he has a chance to be a very good player.
The defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out. Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Williams passes to Williams. He got it up. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. It's the Trailblazers up by 4. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. Minnesota with the ball, trailing by 4. On the floor for Portland, C.J. McCollum out there with Craig. Then there's Myers Leonard. Then there's Al-Farouq Aminu. And it's Kaman in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs. I mean, the defenses are in rhythm.
Without question, I mean, both of these teams are firing on full broadband bandwidth. Full throttle ahead.
And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. And Portland has possession. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Here's Aminu, and too long on the shot. Timberwolves trail by 6. Oh, and the jam by Williams.
I like the fact he had his head up immediately looking to make the dish down the floor. Get rid of it quickly.
Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. McCollum, again, the Trailblazers score. Here's Williams. Banked in off the glass. Williams has got 10 points in just the second half.
Key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch.
Grab dishes to McCollum.
And guys, C.J. McCollum is a scoring-minded combo guard out of Lehigh. Was taken with a 10th pick back in 2013 and still looking to make a big impact in the NBA.
He makes one of two that time.
No slowing him down. Just incredible numbers for McCollum. He's got 19 points, and also those active hands of his have led to a pair of steals.
He can just change a game with his defense, and he's thrown off their rhythm completely the last several possessions.
And Portland has possession after the basket by Minnesota. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. From 18 feet away, rebound Minnesota.
Yeah, great look, but disappointing with the miss.
Boy, what happened on that one, Greg? I mean, that's almost an automatic shot for him.
Now here's Williams, and there's the feed to Williams. Back to Williams. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got 6 assists now in the game. The Trailblazers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Here's Cram. He's guarded by Williams. McCollum with the ball. Shot clock at 6. Buries the long-range jumper. McCollum's got 6 points in the quarter. Timberwolves trail by 4. On the wing, Williams. Passes to Williams. Wiggins left side. There's the 3. Chris Kaman pulls it in. Kaman's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Crab kicks to McCollum. His 3-pointers off the mark. Minnesota's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Got that bucket in no time at all. And that's now 25 points for Williams.
He's so clutch, Kevin. When the pressure is at its highest, that's when he's at his very best.
Here's McCollum. Williams with the block. And here we go. Fast break. Wiggins has got it. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Portland.
Well, their passing has been picturesque. A thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
Yeah, but I also like the balance because they're doing a great job of getting inside and converting around the rim. I really like their aggressiveness.
Lillard's checked in for Crab. The Timberwolves have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. Minnesota comes into this one following a loss to Denver. Kaman with the ball. Now guarded by Towns. Lillard against Williams. Lillard attacking. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Lillard's got 24.
Big-time basket there on the inside. I mean, he had to get that one up and over the big guy.
Way up and over the big guy. And what a time in the ball game to make it happen. Or he hung in the air, double pump, and then threw it down.
Well, the D just stepped aside. Let him pick what kind of move he wanted to make, and voila, there it is.
There it was.
And what a beautiful move it was.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Terry Stotts as he addressed his team. And with the game still very much in play, he sounded very confident, telling the players, don't let up. This is where we make our move. Right now. Go take it. Kevin?
Now here's Lillard. Out to the wing. Here's McCollum. Garnett grabs the board. The Timberwolves have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Williams up on top. 1:30 left here in the fourth quarter. Williams with 3, and he gets it to go. Williams has got the lead up to 2 now for the Timberwolves.
There's been no pressure from his standpoint in the fourth quarter. I mean, he's made 5 of his 6 shots.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They're losing by 2. We've got 1:23 left in the fourth. We've We've got 1:23 left in the fourth quarter. Really left alone that time. McCollum's got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one.
There's Williams. And it's Portland with the rebound.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Aminu with the bucket. And now it's a three-point Trailblazer lead.
He might not have the long-range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
Barnett with the screen for Williams. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Clark, they'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see some long possessions out of them going forward.
That's leadership. Really, really valuable to have someone who can just take charge like he has.
Well, there's a certain amount of confidence you have when the ball is in his hands at that end of the floor right now. I mean, he just gives you a sense of calm and confidence because of how good he is.
And that's how you want to use your fouls, not allowing him to get to the rim.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good play. I mean, you stopped a sure thing, slam dunk with that foul. And I think you send a bit of a message, too, about your physicality and force in the basket area.
2 points here might be all the cushion they need.
You would think so. This game is theirs for the taking. Yeah, the defender all over.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. The second one is good, hitting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
That was a critical trip to the strike. They have a 2-possession lead now.
Williams passes to Williams. Sinks it, and he has brought them to within 2 points.
What a bucket at one of the more crucial moments of the game.
How about the cool, collected way in which he delivered it? Clutch.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
Exactly. I mean, you got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game. Minnesota calls timeout. They're behind by 4. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
You know what? It isn't over yet. A quick score and a foul?
And perhaps a few missed free throws, and they're right back in it. So it all has to happen fast, but it could happen.
Williams' shot is off.
Oh, that's a tough three-point try when you've got the defense right there.
Well, he'd have to be really good to knock down a shot like that against that kind of defense.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker.
2 shots.
That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that puts them up by 5.
Timeout call.
Minnesota calls timeout. They're trailing by 5. 9 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, coach is telling them take the easy points in a hurry and then foul as soon as possible.
Yeah, but you don't want to foul blindly, though. I think teams make a mistake when they do that. Go for the steal. See if you can force a mistake. And then see what happens after that. Their backcourt is phenomenal, Kevin. Absolutely phenomenal. That's why they've been given the green light every time they touch the ball.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're up by 2. Just 4 seconds left in the game.
Okay, fans, put your hands together for your Timberwolves dancers.
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul. It's the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Clutch free throws there. That should ensure they're going home with the W.
And for the big win.